The most important lesson I've learned in life is to learn lessons from your circumstances, to not apply ideologies or other people's advice, to look at your own circumstances and see how you can learn from that and do things right in future. The biggest threat to humanity right now is the Zionist New World Order. We know we're not talking about Jews here, that is a religion of love and peace, that these people are worse than Nazis, worse than communists. They have no respect for human life or human rights. They only have respect for their own power, and they pose by far the greatest threat to human life on the planet at the moment. The solutions to the problems we face are very, very simple, and they involve the time-honoured ideas of truth and justice and integrity. And in any situation, if you actually bother to research the actual evidence, it will show you the truth. And once you've established the truth, you can do justice. I've also done research into what I call the law, because their system is the legal system. It's all optional if you know where to look. So what people have to do is be brave and stand up to the system, stand up to government and say, you have no jurisdiction over me. You're a bunch of psychopaths. Why would I want psychopaths to rule me? Ditto with the banks. If they stopped paying their debts at usury to the banks, you would take away the main funding for the Zionist New World Order. So it's really very simple. Stop funding their stuff through usury and stop having any loyalty to government. Worse than Hitler, out and out Nazi, has no respect for human life, no respect for truth and justice. The man is facing a very, very bleak eternity. Tommy I've got time for, Tommy Robinson I've got time for. People will try and make out he's a racist, and he may be a covert racist, he may be struggling with that internally, but he makes a distinction between disliking Islam and disliking Muslims, and that's an important distinction. There's things in all religions that are abhorrent, and people can point those things out. Tommy doesn't attack Muslims. What he does is he tries to expose grooming gangs. Now again, we seem to live in a society in which the government is not bothered by the safety of young women because of reasons of ideology, that they think that this will provoke some kind of race problem. But again, the truth is that they are largely men of Pakistani origin who are abusing young girls and causing them severe sexual and psychological harm, and therefore I am on the side of the young women and not on the side of people covering it up. Again, Elon Musk I've got time for. He's got that kind of playfulness about him in his tweets. He understands what's going on the internet. He knows he's got a lot of power to be able to communicate directly with his audience. Obviously, with all these people, I get worried, a bit like with Trump, that when they come to power, they're not going to do what they say, or they will pretend they're doing something and be doing something else. The proof of the pudding with Musk is what's going to happen once that Trump gets into power. But on the whole, I do think that Elon Musk is a good guy. Yeah, Donald Trump. Again, I'm not a fan of politics. I don't really take sides in politics. What I look for are people who will stir it up for the political class we have. And I must be one of the only people that equally like Trump and Corbyn, because I like the way that both of them didn't come from that normal political class background, and therefore were able to stir things up within politics and do something different. With Trump, I've got some worries because of the sort of things he says about Israel, because of the sort of people he's put in his cabinet. But we won't know until he takes power. So again, with Trump, he's either got to do the right thing, or he risks uniting the world against him with regards to Israel. I think Vladimir Putin is a hero. I really do. I've long held this view for over 20 years. There were people, I remember going on the Alex Jones show, and Alex Jones really quizzing me about the idea that I thought Putin was a good man. But Putin's worked in intelligence. He's ex-KGB. I'm ex-intelligence. And I think there's something about working in intelligence that it's in your blood, that you know other things are going on behind the scenes, that what's presented in public by governments is not the absolute truth. And he has that. And that's why I think he has a far greater understanding of the world than any other world leader at the moment. And I think he's done excellent stuff, considering what he's had to put up with for his own people. I just wish Western leaders would do the same thing for their people as Vladimir Putin's done for the Russian people.